In this video, we are talking about some identities that service providers can adopt. And I want to shake up the paradigm a little bit because I feel like these old identities were great at the time, but it's just that they're not something that are still working and holding up in today's marketplace. And it's not that they are not holding up or working in today's marketplace. It's just that they don't feel good for you and for the client. The first and most basic mindset that I'm sure you have heard is the fact that the customer is always right, the client is always right, and all you need to do is serve people and give them whatever they want. They're always right. And while in certain aspects and customer service, that's a great mindset to have. And it's kind of supposing that you shouldn't be arguing with people. You shouldn't be thinking who's right, who's wrong, but you should be just bow down and just give them whatever they want so that they stop complaining. Now, it's good for the people, but it's not so much good for you if you are a service provider. And while in professional environments, people are trained not to get too emotionally involved in these things, and they're trained to remain calm and hold space, which is amazing. That's emotional intelligence at its work. I do think that if you are serving from this energy of, I'll do whatever it takes to keep you, it's going to feel a little bit like there is an imbalance in the way that you show up in business in contrast to the clients that you serve. And I used to be in this imbalance a lot. In fact, every time my client wanted to meet me, my first thought was that they want to fire me. And they never fired me, but somehow I was coming with this insecure mindset that I should just give them what they want, overextend myself, and still I would be disposable to them. And there's nothing wrong with being humble and being dedicated to bettering yourself so that you continue to improve and serve. But there is something wrong about thinking that you are just as disposable, that you have no effect on people, that they can just fire you and hire someone else, and getting anxious about the fact that when a client wants to talk to you about something, you immediately assume it's about firing you. Like there's no in between. Either they fire you or they keep you. And if they did, they are so gracious. So that's kind of why I think that when we are in this imbalance of, I'm just here to serve you and do whatever you want, I'm going to bend over backwards for you, it's not going to be, you're not going to come from a very balanced, self-led space. You're going to always be in kind of an insecure space. While I understand that mindset, I don't think that is sustainable long-term, not for you and not for your clients, okay? And I'm going to explain to you what the other extreme is. So what has happened after is that the baseline was, how do we sell clients and how do we gain their trust quickly and so that they're going to choose and work with us? And I think the baseline of this moral idea was the fact that you shouldn't be scamming your clients and you shouldn't be pushing them into making a decision that they don't want to. Now, that's cool, but one of the extreme of that was that becoming this pushover type of person who's very inferior, is like, I'm here to serve, whatever you're saying. So just accepting whenever your client wants to tell you and you're basically following through without questioning, or just, even if they're mad at you, they were right. You don't have to get defensive, but at the same time, you just accept what they're saying and they're always right. And then the other response to all of that was this idea of the doctor mentality. And the doctor mentality was a well-weighted response to an environment that was so tired of, I don't want to be a pushy person either in sales or in working with the people, but I don't want to be a pushover either. So that perfect storm was birthing this whole idea of a doctor mentality. And the doctor mentality, really what it did was basically helps you to position yourself as the doctor, as the expert who is here to listen and possibly prescribe the medication to an issue that the client is facing. Being in the doctor mentality kind of enabled a lot of service providers who had emotional empathy and conscience, and they didn't feel good about selling in a way that would make them be a pushover or make them a pushy person to begin with. So this was the happiest outcome that could have been. When we're saying that we're embodying doctor mentality, what also ends up happening is that we listen more, we slow down, we get tuned in, and then we position ourselves as the expert, as the advisor, right? And so with that, that really felt like, okay, this is it. Like all I have to do is just be this doctor mindset type of person. I just have to listen, and I will have to prescribe people after gathering all the information. And I think that's great. And I think that kind of helps us to be a bit more aligned in the way we show up in serving people. But I don't think that it's not satisfactory. Because when we have the doctor mindset, what comes with it is pressure. Because in the doctor's mindset, you are somewhat positioning yourself as an expert. And because when you're positioning yourself as an expert, there is obviously pressure on you to then deliver on your promises. And that's okay, actually. It's okay for you to have a little bit of pressure on you and to be wanting to deliver on your promises. What is not okay is that sometimes it can create gaps between the client and you. And when I'm saying gaps, what I mean is gaps in terms of them looking at you as you are superior to them somewhat, like almost like you're not on balance, not in eye level balance, but you're kind of like the doctor who's supposed to tell me what to do and prescribe me the medication. And with that gap, what also can come is codependence. It's a little bit like you tell me what to do. You are the expert. You tell me what to do. So it's a little bit of like ditching the responsibility and giving all of that to the doctor mentality person. And also, it's a little bit of pedestalizing. So, and with pedestalizing, there comes a little bit of an unapproachability. So instead of a client telling you honestly what is going on for them, they are going to put you in a hierarchy, like an expert in their eyes, and they're not going to tell you honestly what's going on for them. They're not going to confess up to what's happening, and or they're going to put an unrealistic expectation on you, and they're going to expect you to tell them what to do at all times instead of developing their own self-agency. So that comes a little bit of a codependency. And now, if you're looking at it from a context of a service provider, it may seem like, okay, but the service provider is here to provide me a service. Yes, and also, aren't we all providing a service? Like, if you are consulting, that's a service. If you're speaking and serving, you're serving. As long as you're serving, you're serving. It's not just done for you service. Service is service, no matter what. And because there is this expectation for perfection, what ends up sometimes happening is as you are working together closely with these people, the mistakes can come up. Either you are an absolute expert and you have it all together at all times, which is frankly really hard. And it's a lot of fucking pressure on yourself to just always having the answers to every single question that a client can throw at you, like always be on top of your game, which is great, but it's a lot of pressure. And also, the minute you are out of your game, the minute you make a mistake, you fall out of the graces of what do you mean? You're supposed to be the expert here. You're supposed to tell us what to do. Like, why don't you tell us? Like, how is it that you don't know? So there is no room for humanity. There is no room for getting it wrong. And there is no room for making a mistake. And many organizations especially in leadership, when they are living in this paradigm of the doctor mentality, I tell you what's the best for you. It doesn't allow you to sometimes say, I don't know, actually. Or it doesn't allow you to say, let me think about that. Or it doesn't allow you to be not the source of every answer. And it comes with a frustration of this codependency. Like, am I breeding, babysitting, hand-holding people, or am I teaching them a skill that then they can learn? Or am I here to complete something that also helps them, but we are both leading ourselves? And I think where the leadership, the service providership is shifting is towards more of like a balanced human-to-human approach. But what I believe that where we are headed is almost like a mixture of many things and embodying many personas within the way we serve. The first personas that we embody, if we want to create like a happy medium between not being inferior, not being superior, we don't put the pressure ourselves, we're not pushovers, and we're not the pushy salespersons who are just not breeding or creating environments where when people can come with their realness, if they don't know something, there's no pressure, there's less pressure. And I think there are four mentalities that I want to kind of put into this whole idea. The first one is leader. So when we say leader, what we mean by is recognizing the leader within them. So you're dealing with a leader and you're a leader yourself. So both of you are leading something, whether it's you leading your business, them leading their business. We all lead in some ways. And there is a mutual recognition of that leadership that is helping you to kind of level the playing field into helping them become this, like, I see your leadership. And with that, you see mine. So instead of trying to be coming from a place of authority, I'm coming from the place of we are on the same level and we can walk together in this way of being, okay? The second one is protector. And protector to me is truly that desire of protecting your client's best interest. And the first time I heard this concept of protecting your client's best interest was when I started my business. I was lucky enough to be exposed to the teachings of Jay Abraham. And what I loved about his teachings in terms of being protector is he really just put that baseline for me and to kind of explain that you are here to protect the client's best interest. And when we are in the protector mentality, what we want is to show up in a way that they feel protected, they feel safe. And how can I create an environment when there is safety? There is safety emotionally. So if there is something coming up for them, that is a doubt that is behind something that's stopping them. Like, I'm a marketing consultant, so many times when we're launching offers and the client is not feeling it, I always check with them, hey, what's going on for you? You're not feeling this. Do you want me to change? Do you want us to change the course? Like, if you're not feeling this one, let's not push it. Like, let's see where we can find something that is feeling more aligned to you. Like, that protectiveness, it comes with, I'm protecting the client as we are walking together. And also, I'm creating an environment where the human sides are welcome here. It's not like we're entering into like all the crazy family. Like, it depends on what you are supporting your clients with. We're not overly entering into like territories that are totally out of line for us, but we have to recognize that the client's state of being is very much impacting the results of the organization. So I cannot just ignore that the client is going through something hard right now. And I cannot ignore that fact and just be like, hey, let's just push through it and let's keep going. Like, we have to slow it down and we have to look at, okay, where is the thing? Where's the poop? Where's the problem here? What do we need to do for them to be feeling good about moving forward? Because if they don't feel good, like it's going to be really hard, and they cannot feel good about offer. They cannot feel good about something happening within their organization. There is a bad apple. That can be so many things that happen, betrayals, like that can be so many things that happen that impact the way they think and show up sometimes. If you are supporting leaders yourself, you know that it's not an easy game. And so that protective energy that you have to bring into the conversation, into the way of being, is going to help you become invaluable to your clients. The third and very important piece of the puzzle is the trusted advisor. And the trusted advisor is almost like a protector. They are both seeking to protect, but the trusted advisor is not going to try to sway you into their own way of being. So if you can embody the trusted advisor in terms of working with your clients, what will end up happening is that you can say what you think is the best for them, but you can give them sovereignty to be doing whatever they want, and that to be okay too. So there isn't this manipulative, pushy approach like, here's what you should do. It's like, here's what I think you should do, but you're totally okay to do whatever you want. And if you choose that, I'm here and with you either way. That is a trusted advisor. And the more you let them do what they want to do, and you just on board with them and helping them, and you can be protecting and bring that caution to the conversation, but you're not in this, here's what you should do, you're stupid if you do that. Like there's none of that. It's more like, hey, I can tell you that this is what we should do, but at the same time, I think you know what's best, and I'm full in board with you. We're going in the way that, you wanna go. And trusted advisor also is a little bit of generating that ideas. So when I'm in the trusted advisor mode, I like to brainstorm with the clients, and there is this open loop where we can share things. They can tell me ideas and I can tell them ideas, and we can bounce ideas off each other. And we can really co-create something that is fun for them, and they come to me for advice. Hey, like what would you do in that situation? And they initiate that. I'm not dictating them. That's the trusted advisor. And the fourth very important embodiment piece that you can incorporate is collaborator. And we're not far from leader, trusted advisor, protector, and collaborator, because collaborator to me is when we have this mindset of we're going to co-create something together. We are like that puzzle piece that I talked about before. When you have your skills, I have mine, and we can complete each other. The collaboration can work when we each bring our own pieces to the table, and to find out if we can create magic together. That's collaborator energy to me. So collaborator energy has absolutely zero competition. There isn't any superiority or inferiority in the collaborative energy. There is just true recognition of, you have your knowledge and I have mine. That's why I said, like, leadership, we both leaders, collaborators, we are collaborating. And trusted advisor, I'm here to be helping you find the thing that's working the best for you. And finally, protector, I'm here to protect you and myself and us and whatever this is, and you can count on that. So creating that emotional safety. I wanted to go definitely into how do we actually make these, like how do they look in actual business environments, and have more conversations with you inside of the Human to Human program. We are launching soon. I just want to start more of those conversations. If this is something that you're interested in learning more towards, if you're interested in developing discernment, presence, emotional intelligence with the clients to serve them in a completely different way that will make you completely invaluable, then this is something that you want to be watching out for, because more conversations like this can really elevate the way we serve and show off for the people. And also, it doesn't make us irrelevant or replaceable or superior or pressured. So I don't like any of those extremes. I always thriving for balance and collaboration. And I think if we can lead this way, we are good. Okay. So thank you so much for watching and listening to this one. And I'll see you guys very soon.